What's up? First he lost Esco, the next it was Baby B. It was a dictionary stacking up. Now we done buried Foolie Zeke. Rest in peace to B-Dog, Kirchhoff and LaWanda Young, and Cell and Shanika. We lost our sweet little bubblegum. In 1 year we lost Creek, K-Dub, and then Harlem. That's God work when he picked his best flowers out of the garden. See, Creek, he was humble. And Dub, he was lit. Harlem, he was both trainee. I can't forget Rick. If it's up to me, homie, man, I bring that old halfback. Foot races, Corey, Moot Pope, Old Man Baby, his nephew Trap Jack. Crossroad with some of my fam at Cedric Collins, Kenny Rogers, Bobby Hayward, his nephew Daddy Rabbit, Tap Tap. Danny Malou was Ty Killer and Johnny. Remember Killer Lamont and Johnny when it was late night grinding? Now we done lost Killer and Johnny. And Frank lost his mind, got strung out. I pray to God he could find it. I poured liquor for T-Pain, John Vereen, and Lil Harold. Say the roads is rough, nah, it's just the way that we travel. I can't sit here and lie and say I never did cry, but I never look up to that sky and ask God why. In life, everything happened for a reason. From the changing of the seasons to us lovers not breathing. I know Tiffany be happy to see me Kathy and Twin. And Mama smile to see Billy in that caddy again. I wouldn't mind talking to Sadie and bring my galley again. I hear my pops talk proper, smiling with that OG grin. Life's an uphill battle and death winning by a landslide. Dirty Red from Tad Road, Blakey's Dope Boy franchise. JP, QJ, Nisi, Mark Gaston. There's life on the other side. This is our earth we passed to. When I music dropped in 97, we had to go get it. Not from Radio Shack, cause Kendall had no limit. Walking in blue, knowing Vernie and Mike not there, but I'm at ease, knowing these souls are placed in the air. If we could just rewind time the same way as these movies toss you, don't worry. Naja Deja Bree promised to keep it Gucci. Quentin Leggett, Mickey White, and Levy Graham. They all in good hands, you know why? Cause God grabbed them. Stacey Brunson, DJ Bateman, his brother Creed, into this generation. Believe we the last of a dying breed. Rest up. I'm screaming rest in peace. Souls that we lost, I'm screaming rest in peace. Everyone that we lost, I'm screaming rest in peace. As long as we alive, y'all can live the week. I'm screaming rest in peace. Every soul that we lost, I'm screaming rest in peace. Everybody that we lost, I'm screaming rest in peace. As long as I'm alive, y'all can live for me. What's up? First he lost Esco, the next it was Baby B. It was a dictionary stacking up. Now we done buried Foolie Zeke. Rest in peace to B-Dog, Kirchhoff and LaWanda Young, and Cell and Shanika. We lost our sweet little bubblegum. In 1 year we lost Creek, K-Dub, and then Harlem. That's God work when he picked his best flowers out of the garden. See, Creek, he was humble. And Dub, he was lit. Harlem, he was both trainee. I can't forget Rick. If it's up to me, homie, man, I bring that old halfback. Foot races, Corey, Moot Pope, Old Man Baby, his nephew Trap Jack. Crossroad with some of my fam at Cedric Collins, Kenny Rogers, Bobby Hayward, his nephew Daddy Rabbit, Tap Tap. Daniel Malou was Ty Killer and Johnny. Remember Killer Lamont and Johnny when it was late night grinding? Now we done lost Killer and Johnny. And Frank lost his mind, got strung out. I pray to God he could find it. I poured liquor for T-Pain, John Vereen, and Lil Harold. Say the roads is rough, nah, it's just the way that we travel. I can't sit here and lie and say I never did cry, but I never look up to that sky and ask God why. In life, everything happened for a reason. From the changing of the seasons to us lovers not breathing. I know Tiffany be happy to see me Kathy and Twin. And Mama smile to see Billy in that caddy again. I wouldn't mind talking to Sadie and bring my galley again. I hear my pops talk proper, smiling with that OG grin. Life's an uphill battle and death winning by a landslide. Dirty Red from Tad Road, Blakey's Dope Boy franchise. JP, QJ, Nisi, Mark Gaston. There's life on the other side. This is our earth we passed to. When that music dropped in 97, we had to go get it. Not from Radio Shack, cause Kendall had no limit. Walking in blue, knowing Vernie and Mike not there, but I'm at ease, knowing these souls are placed in the air. If we could just rewind time the same way as these movies toss you, don't worry. Naja Deja Bree promised to keep it Gucci. Quentin Leggett, Mickey White, and Levy Graham. They all in good hands, you know why? Cause God grabbed them. Stacey Brunson, DJ Bateman, his brother Creed, into this generation. Believe we the last of a dying rest. I'm screaming rest in peace. Souls that we lost, I'm screaming rest in peace. Everyone that we lost, I'm screaming rest in peace. As long as we alive, y'all can lift the weak. I'm screaming rest in peace. Every soul that we lost, I'm screaming rest in peace. Everybody that we lost, I'm screaming rest in peace. As long as I'm alive, y'all can live for me. What's up? First he lost Esco, the next it was Baby B. It was a dictionary stacking up. Now we done buried Fully Zeke. Rest in peace to B-Dog, Kirchhoff and LaWanda Young, and Cell and Shanika. We lost our sweet little bubblegum. In 1 year we lost Creek, K-Dub, and then Harlem. That's God work when he picked his best flowers out of the garden. See, Creek, he was humble. And Dub, he was lit. Harlem, he was both trainee. I can't forget Rick. If it's up to me, homie, man, I bring that old halfback. Foot races, Corey, Moot Pope, Old Man Baby, his nephew Trap Jack. Crossroad with some of my fam at Cedric Collins, Kenny Rogers, Bobby Hayward, his nephew Daddy Rabbit, Tap Tap. Daniel Lewis, Ty Killer, and Johnny. Remember Killer Lamar and Johnny when it was late night grinding? We done lost Killer and Johnny. Frank lost his mind, got strung out. I pray to God he can find it. I bought liquor for T-Pain, John Vereen, and Lil Harold. Say the road is rough, nah, it's just the way that we travel. I can't sit here and lie and say I never did cry, but I never look up to that sky and ask all why. In life, everything happened for a reason. From the changing of the seasons to us lovers not breathing. I know Tiffany be happy to see me Kathy and Twin. And I was smiling to see Billy in that caddy again. I wouldn't mind talking to Sadie or Grandma Galley again. I hear my pops talk proper, smiling with that OG grin. Life's an uphill battle and death winning by a landslide. Dirty Red from Tad Road, Blakey's Dope Boy franchise. JP, QJ, Nisi, Mark Gaston. There's life on the other side. This our earth we pass to. When that music dropped in 97, we had to go get it. Not from Radio Shack, cause Kendall had no limit. Walking in blue, knowing Vernie and Mike not there, but I'm at ease, knowing these souls are placed in the air. If we could just rewind time the same way as these movie stars, you don't worry. Naja Deja and Bree promised to keep it Gucci. Quentin Leggett, Mickey White, and Levy Bradham. They all in good hands, you know why? Cause God grabbed them. Stacey Brunson, DJ Bateman, his brother Creed, into this generation. Believe we the last of a dying breed. Rest up. I'm screaming rest in peace. Souls that we lost, I'm screaming rest.
Yo, man, listen. That right there is that's Andrews right there. I'm gonna tell you, bing. All right, so y'all tell Clarence I ain't mad at him no more for dunking on me in the old wreck. All right, tell him he get a pass for that one right there. All right, so listen, I had no plans to come up here and do anything because again, I am working on something very, very special for you guys, and it's gonna take some undivided attention. So, you know, given that this time of year, this is the high time for Palmetto Pest Control, and so I have some important things that's coming up for that I want to definitely share with you guys, but I would be remiss not to mention my man Bruno. From Kidogo Farms. Shout out to Bruno. Bruno made the cut tonight. Bruno is one of my sponsors tonight. Okay. And all right, so listen, boom, this right here, right now. Donnie's Grill, man. Listen, again, mention me when you get there. Let Donnie know that, hey, we see this commercial and 701 down Bucksport, make turn right on Bucksport Road, 915 Bucksport Road. You give Donnie a call, 843-344-8010. And also, check this out, Donnie's at Donnie's Grill coming up July 8th. There's going to be Donnie's going to be cooking with comedy. It's a new comedy special Donnie's going to be um, starting July 8th, and you can go to Eventbrite right now and get your tickets. There's an early bird special, and this comes with a dinner. So here's how it's going to work. Once you purchase your ticket online, you'll receive an email with the menu, and you'll be able to select your main course. And so that way we can help us out with that, so we just don't have a bunch of this and that. And it's gonna be laid out really nice. It's gonna be a nice dinner, and it's gonna be some great comedy. I look forward to July 8th. Again, you can find your tickets available on eventbrite.com. And what you're looking for is Donnie's Cooking with Comedy. Again, that is July 8th. Yep. Also, that morning on July 8th, there's going to be Kidogo Farms is going to be having a farmers market over at Donnie's. So look out for that. More information definitely will be coming on that. I think it's from 10 to 1, but it'll be earlier that day, so you can come out and get you some good food, some fresh vegetables, and some information. And it's all going to take place at Donnie's Grill, and that's 915 Bucksport Road, right down from the marina. Yeah, definitely a hood anthem. There's a link in the description, in the title. So if my man Jared, if you let me hit him, see where he at. He sent me that song, so that's why I'm here. But there is a couple things that I do want to add. I'm gonna put them in there. I'm not gonna be on here long because I've been drinking. Tito's, what's your drink? Put it in the comment section. Me, if I'm drinking white and I'm not drinking, and my budget ain't quite right, it's Tito's. Now, if my budget right, I'll just say if the budget's in a healthy position, then it's probably Kettle One or something like that. But I don't know that Kettle One is. Well, yeah, I think Kettle One is better than old Tito right there. Where are we at? Oh, let's see where my dog at. Let me hit him up and call him. I'm gonna call him. He called me earlier. Yo, my man is the best rapper I've. Well, that didn't work very, very well. That wasn't very nice of him not to come on. All right, so but with this few minutes that I do have right here on the back end of this, and we're gonna wait till we get right there at 15 minutes because I'm gonna clip this and I'm going to share this out because I am definitely wrong things. Get yourself here. Got 15 seconds. Share screen. 10 seconds. Sorry. Couple seconds. Hurry up. Okay. All right. There we go. So in the last, I don't know. Give me a second, guys. I want to get this together because I want to clip this out. I want to make a point. So if you're watching this and you're like, man, what is he doing? Then go watch the clip, okay? And then you'll see where, because I'm getting it right. I wasn't prepared for this. But I heard that hit record, man. Clarence, you got to come on the show, period. Point blank. Somebody go ahead and inform him of that. All right, let's see. What we have to get a mark. Good. So there is something that's happening in America, and I don't think a lot of people understand what's happening, and it's not because a lack of intelligence or whatever, but it's like if something's happening that you don't have any knowledge of, then you don't know, you can't really recognize it. It's like not having it's like being able to recognize a mental illness but having no kind of psychological, formal or informal psychological training. Well, um, what I'm referring to is the the political climate that is America right now today. It is completely divided, and these news organizations, which they are not news organizations, they are propaganda machines. And I know you hear the word propaganda and you may think I'm saying, well, that's a bad I'm using it in a bad reference. I'm not. Propaganda could be good or bad. Um, and so what I want to do is introduce you to the father of propaganda and share this little 8-minute piece or whatever. And I'll stop it just kind of because I want to add some commentary to it. But this piece is on Edward Bernays, and Edward Bernays is the father of um, propaganda. And who is Edward Bernays? Edward Bernays is, I don't know if maybe you've heard of Sigmund Freud. Well, he's Sigmund Freud's nephew. Okay. And Sigmund Freud is one of the fathers of American psychology. Okay. So let's talk about Sigmund Freud. I mean, let's talk about Edward Bernays tonight. Not prepared, but we're gonna go through this because I had a conversation with this lady earlier today, and it was disturbing. Um, and I don't think she understands the echo chamber that she lives in. And what I'm saying is she's hostile to any anything that doesn't fit the narrative that she's being fed. She's hostile to it. I mean, it's and and when you point out when you point out like the statement, yeah, this piece ain't whatever. Whatever. Um, the statement, the lesser of two evils, is a false statement. There is no such thing as the lesser of two evils. It's just evil. And That's just it's a when people say that, I wonder what they really mean. The lesser of two evils. You're still choosing evil at the end of it. But choosing, that's the heart of what I'm trying to get at right now. Who's choosing? Are you choosing, or is somebody choosing for you? And let's learn about who Edward Bernays is, because I think it's important to understand what's happening, and this kind of will explain to you what I'm seeing. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I hope it does.
Edward Bernays persuaded women to smoke. He convinced the public that bacon and eggs were the true all-American breakfast. He also facilitated the successful overthrow of a democratically elected Guatemalan president. How did one man achieve these remarkable accomplishments? The methods he used to achieve these astonishing events are propaganda. What is propaganda? Propaganda nowadays is seen as a synonym for lies. It implies half-truths, selective history, bias, misleading information and other tricks. However, it can be used in a positive manner. For example, a campaign to improve public health through vaccination. When used in such a constructive
Or it could be used to make you take the jab.
way, it can be a progressive force, capable of improving and benefiting every life and every home. Specific propaganda should be seen as good or bad depending on the merit of the cause urged and the correctness of the information published.
That's key. That's key.
Modern propaganda is a consistent and continuing effort to create or shape events to influence public relations on an enterprise, idea, or group. Edward Bernays worked for the Woodrow Wilson administration in the First World War, using a propaganda model promoting America's war efforts and bringing democracy to Europe.
And that's
After
just research this stuff, please.
swaying the public across the world with this slogan, he set to work on employing propaganda in peacetime. Due to negative implications surrounding the word propaganda because of its use by the Germans in the war, he promoted the term public relations.
Public relations. That's a term that all of us have heard, may know what it means. Well, you know where it comes from now.
Public relations expert is concerned with bringing an idea to the awareness of the public using modern media communications and group formations of society. They act as an advisor to their clients. Edward Bernays had an impressive list of these clients, ranging from media companies such as Time Inc., CBS and NBC, through to individuals such as the President of the United States. He was not just a propagandist. He was concerned with courses of action, policies, systems and opinions, and the securing of public support for them. His responsibilities even included discovering new markets. The most famous new market Bernays was asked to uncover was that of women smoking cigarettes in the late 1920s.
And just for historical context, that'll be a good thing for somebody to research. You know, what was the attitude in the late 20s to women smoking cigarettes in public?
Up until then, women smoking in public was seen as a social taboo. Bernays set about removing this taboo to potentially double tobacco companies' possible clientele.
Let that sink in.
First, he contacted a psychoanalyst to understand the societal perceptions that dissuaded women from smoking. He found that for feminists, cigarettes were like torches of freedom that symbolised their non-conformity and freedom from male oppression. He used this information to formulate a strategy and got a group of stylish women to march in an Easter Day parade.
This is also ideological subversion.
Prior to the parade, he had told the press that a group of women's rights marchers would light torches of freedom. On his cue, the women lit up their cigarettes in front of the eager photographers. The result was press coverage in several major newspapers, including the New York Times, which helped break through against smoking. The study of mass psychology has brought to light the fact that a group can have certain mental characteristics distinct from that of an individual. Learning how the masses are influenced by various factors allows us to affect change in public opinion with a fair amount of accuracy. However, propaganda will never be an accident in the same way as your sociology because they deal with humans. If you can influence leaders, you automatically influence the groups they rule or have authority over. The group mind has impulses, emotions, and habits rather than thoughts as such. It makes up its mind by impulsively following the example of a trusted leader or authority figure. If this is not available, the herd thinks by cliches or images that stand for a group of experiences or ideas. An old propagandist would treat the human mind as an individual stimulus, often repeated, creating a habit. Similarly, they would reiterate an idea to create conviction with individuals. For example, to advertise bacon and eggs, adverts would contain phrases along the lines of "Eat more eggs," "Bacon is good for you," and "Bacon and eggs are cheap and healthy." A new propagandist such as Bernays, who understands group psychology, would first look at who influences eating habits. The answer is doctors and physicians. They would then suggest to these doctors and physicians to publicly state that eating bacon and eggs is good for you. The propagandist knows that a large number of people will follow the advice of their doctor due to the psychological relationship between a person and their doctor. A doctor signifies health, which in turn signifies long life. Bernays used these exact methods of leader influence to convince the public that bacon and eggs were the true all-American breakfast. Bernays sold more bacon, not by telling Americans that bacon is tasty, but by asking doctors the question, is it more healthy to eat a hearty breakfast or a skimpy breakfast? His advertisements then said, 9 out of 10 doctors recommend a hearty breakfast like this one, with a photo of bacon and eggs. An old advertiser would try to persuade an individual to buy an item immediately. For example, buy this piano, now! Using reiteration and emphasis directed upon the individual, the advertiser tries to break down sales resistance. A new advertiser would, instead of directly penetrating sales resistance, remove it by creating circumstances that will swing emotional currents that will build purchaser demand. For example, a new advertiser, when selling a piano, would try to develop acceptance of the idea of a music room in the house, perhaps by arranging an exhibition of music rooms by well-known designers, inviting key people of influence with regards to buying habits, i.e. famous musicians. The music room will be accepted, and people with a music room will naturally think of buying a piano, believing it comes as their own idea. Instead of saying to the purchaser, please buy a piano, they have caused the purchaser to say, please sell me a piano. All these methods and techniques were used for Bernays' most extreme propaganda campaign, the overthrow of the Guatemalan government. The government had introduced laws that allowed workers to demand for men. United Fruit Company being the largest landowner in Guatemala for several years, and these would affect their profits. Edward Bernays was hired by the United Fruit Company to persuade Americans that the then Guatemalan president, Jacobo Arbenz, was a communist, when in reality he was a liberal capitalist. Bernays ran an intensive campaign of misinformation to portray the company as the victim of the government for several years, including taking American journalists to Guatemala and arranging for them to interview only those who opposed Arbenz. Bernays' involvement led to US President Eisenhower to intervene, and ultimately Arbenz was overthrown in a US-sponsored coup designed to make the world safe for large US corporations.
That's all I got. And that dang Tito's is starting to kick in. So, yeah, do some research on that. Do some research on that one. I out you.